As you can see, we've got quite an incident going on in the village of Rockton right now. About 7 o'clock this morning, the Fire Protection District, the Rockton Fire Protection District, was dispatched to smoke in the building at 1165 Prairie Hill Road, which is the Chemtool lubricant manufacturing facility here in town. When we first arrived, we had heavy fire conditions already through the roof. As far as a start or a cause of what created this this catastrophic incident, we don't know yet. Everything is still under investigation. But the main thing that I do want to tell you that the plant was evacuated. Prior to our arrival, there was about 70 employees on site. They were swiftly evacuated, and there were no injuries reported from any plant employees. We did have one firefighter injured. It seemed to be minor injuries. He actually walked to an ambulance, so that's good, but he was transported for some minor injuries. So at this point in time, I'll take any questions. So go ahead.
So we've heard a possible worker ran into one of the barrels. Can you say anything on that?
I can't confirm that because we haven't had an actual interview with any of the employees yet. We've been just trying to get this situation contained. So at this point in time, that's not confirmed.
And can you tell us about the surrounding areas? I mean, there's so many homes, so many neighborhoods. Obviously, that's all evacuated, but has it spread outside of the actual
At this point in time, we have a 1 mile radius evacuation zone from the point of the incident. We did do air quality. We have several agencies that are assisting us right now, including the City of Rockford Hazmat. They are doing air quality analysis in the area, and at this point in time, there is no danger to air quality at ground level. Now, I understand everyone can see the large plume of smoke that's going south and southeast at this point in time, but I assure you that there is no danger at ground level at the plant, but just for a precautionary measure, we decided that it was in the best interest of community safety that we evacuated the area.
There were a number of explosions.
Are there still explosions at this time?
At this point in time, the building is pretty much consumed. We're thinking that this is going to be a several-day event to have all this product burned off, and that's the best thing that we can do right now. And the main thing is that we don't want an environmental nightmare to occur, and the reason we can that we would cause that is by the use of water streams. So we stopped water operations at this point. We stopped suppression. We felt it was in our best interest to let this product burn off. The Rock River, which is a very large waterway, is about 300 meters to the west of this location. So that's one thing that we're definitely concerned about, is product runoff into the river. So we don't want that to happen. So at this point in time, it's best that we just let this product burn.
Is the product mainly oil then?
Oil-based lubricants is what is manufactured at Chemtool. So that's basically what's burning right now. That's all the black smoke.
How much oil was in the building, or chemicals at the time? Barrels? I don't know.
I can't speculate on how much product was actually involved.
And do we know when? I know a lot of people are wondering just when can they come home? Is that too much in the air right now?
Right now, we're asking that residents stay out of the area for at least another 2 to 3 hours until we get a better understanding on where this product runoff is going to go, and we're going to just evaluate that from there. So
what's the status right now? I mean, you're not fighting it with water. You are just letting.
Right now, Andy, the building is completely consumed. So it's no longer standing. Like I said, this was a fast-moving fire. It was wind-driven. You can tell by the winds that we have in the area today that it's been very windy this morning. But the main concern that I had, it was the safety of our fire personnel. So we actually the fire personnel actually evacuated one side of the building just to keep those guys safe and not get anybody else injured.
And you were telling me 150 people helping through all of this. I mean, can you talk about the help that you had from all over the state line?
So right now we have fire agencies from the northern Illinois, southern Wisconsin area. There's probably between 40 and 45 agencies that are involved, fire agencies, and there's probably 150 to 175 fire personnel on scene.
Chief, there was some talk of needing or bringing in some foam to use to treat the fire?
Right now, like I said, the suppression stopped, so we're letting this product burn. And that's the safest thing that we can do because we're so concerned about the product runoff into the waterways.
Would you say that that this is about 0% contained, or is there any type of stopping at this point?
Initially, there was no stopping the fire. Like I said, when the first arriving fire engine arrived, there was already fire through the roof. So
So to be clear, you're less concerned about what's happening in the air, the smoke, the chemicals, you're more concerned about the runoff into the water.
that's what we're concerned about right now. And like I said, at ground level, the air quality is good. It's just what you see in being, dumped into the atmosphere with the smoke.
Are you
so.
going to continue kind of obviously monitoring at ground level? to
Oh,
make sure
absolutely.
people
It's going to be an ongoing situation, probably for the next few days.
And Chief,
So-
with those next few days, schools are evacuated today. What can they expect tomorrow, the upcoming days?
When we get more time and we can do a little bit more evaluation, then we will definitely let you know that. I can't answer that right now, and I don't want to speculate.
And how
So-
long do you think it'll take? Obviously, you said you haven't talked to any workers yet. How long can we expect to know what exactly happened today?
I'm hoping by the end of the day that we'll have some information on what caused the fire and, what happened, and get some more.
For those people that live between the plant and the Rock River where the evacuation zone is, that smoke isn't going to stop anytime soon.
No.
It doesn't look like it.
No.
You say a couple hours before they can come back into their homes?
Yeah, let us evaluate that first, and I'm thinking probably a couple hours before we can let people start to return.
And are you going to check kind of the homes around for any damage or any?
Right now, we have recon crews going throughout the village of Rockton and the surrounding areas. We have been getting little spot fires from this in town, also some grass fires and things of that nature. But we do have other agencies that are taking care of those, so we're pretty well covered.
And can you tell us? I mean, we've heard people, falling ash, burning debris. What do you do if you see that, or are you supposed to just leave it alone, or? I know
I
there's
think-
a dry,
Yeah,
concern.
I think for the most part, any debris that's falling from the sky is building material debris. It's not any type of a toxic substance or anything that's created from the petroleum product that's manufactured here. There's a lot of cardboard and stuff like that and pallets that are stored in this building as well. So I think for the most part, they're okay.
Are
Are
you
you
allowing?
recommending families to not pick up debris, to let other crews take care of that, or if there's something in the
Yeah,
way?
what we'll do later on in the day and after things get a little bit more under control is that like I said, we'll send recon crews through town, and if there's any large particles or anything like that, then we'll get that picked up.
Chief, any estimates to the approximate number of residents that have had to be evacuated?
Chief Dixon, can you answer that?
We're not sure exactly. It's a work day, so a lot of people were at work this morning. But we've evacuated about 150 homes directly, and then of course the 1 mile radius. We're asking people to evacuate on their own.
That is not a mandatory 1 mile radius? You're suggesting 1 mile? Strongly suggesting.
Strongly
Strongly
suggest.
suggesting 1 mile.
And obviously, there's a bunch of onlookers a little bit closer than that on the other side of the road up there. They're in no danger, I assume,
No, not that we see, no.
including media, right?
Is there any word from the plant yet as to what all these workers are going to do? Their job is burned to the ground.
I can't speculate on that information. I don't have any information on that, so.
Is this the largest event that you know of in your tenure here in this district?
No. I was on the train derailment several years ago
Oh, that
down
was-
in Cherry Valley. So. And I was a PIO for that one too.
So if
Any other questions?
Just again, if should people kind of watch for any of the burning things that are coming down, just because it is so dry? Should they just kind of keep
Yeah,
an eye on it?
absolutely. And once we let people start, going back into their homes, then keep an eye on things. And naturally, if there's any spot fires that occur because of this, give us a call and we'll come out and take care of them.
Is there any cost estimate damage at this point? How
At-
much this?
At this point in time, I have no estimate on any damage or anything of that nature, so I can't answer that one.
You'll be talking with the employees involved later on this afternoon.
Yes.
And hopefully be able to pinpoint the
Yeah,
cause.
so what we'll do, and just to let you know also, is the Emergency Operations Center in Winnebago County is open. So we're communicating through them and through law enforcement agencies. We're all working in one collaborated effort, working together. So just to let you know too, that any information that needs to be sent out to the public will probably be filtered through the Emergency Operations Center, and we'll also give you statements later on throughout the day as well.
Any
Will there be
estimate on
another
how?
press conference as the information gets gathered, or will it all just be sent electronically?
I think for the most part, everybody uses social media now. I think we can do electronic. if we need to give another press conference, we'll definitely let the media know.
Any estimate on how long this plume of smoke, I mean, this is not today, not
Like
tomorrow?
like I said, Andy, I don't know. This could burn for several days.
Will we
So.
get an update on that injured firefighter at some point today?
Yes, absolutely. And like I said, he walked to the ambulance, so it was something minor, but just for his own safety, we transported him to be evaluated.
What's it like to just be the fire chief and see something like this happen in your community, something to the scale of this?
It's sad. It really is, and not only for myself, but the business itself and all the people that work there. Now they're out of a job, and I understand that. But unfortunately, these things do happen, and this was a tough one. It really was. It was a tough one, and I wanted to make sure that the firefighters that we're working on scene were safe as well. So,
Mayor Peterson, Old Settlers Days may start with a cloud of smoke over the top of it.
It's gonna be interesting.
Come on, step to the microphone. I mean, there's nothing you can do about that, but what can you do with Old Settlers Days coming up here in Thursday night, starting Thursday night?
Well, we're just gonna watch. We're gonna watch the situation and we'll see what we have to do, and we'll keep people safe.
A few cinders on the ground there, the Settlers Park too.
Maybe we'll have to do a little cleanup before the event.
And can you talk too about just what that the company meant to the community? I mean, a lot of employers from there, and it's been a part of their Rockton for a while.
Oh, long time, yeah, and it employed a lot of people, and it's just keep them in our prayers.
exactly.
I was going to ask a similar question, because we're in Chicago, we don't necessarily understand the importance to the community of this company, what they do. Can you give us a little bit more of what your understanding is of not only their importance, but their role?
Well, they're a huge employer here in town, and it's going to affect a lot of families. So, I mean, I don't know how to say it any more than that. It's a big employer here in town, and this is going to be devastating for a lot of them.
What advice or maybe well wishes do you have for people to get them through this, that possibly just lost their job, that want to stay in Rockton and maybe looking for other opportunities?
Mary,
It's early, so let's find out what we have and what's going to happen before we start speculating.
Yeah, everything's kind of raw right now. So, like I said, give the fire service a little bit of time to figure out what we need to do. And again, we're working in real close conjunction with law enforcement, and we will let them know when it will be safe for our community to occupy their homes.
So at this point, this will not have any impact on Old Settlers Days starting Thursday night, correct?
At this point, correct. Things change, but right now,
All right, thanks.
we're still planning on moving forward.
You said the plant's been here for a while. Do you know the exact year when it opened?
I want to say the year it opened was 2008. I became fire chief in the community in 2009, and they weren't in production yet. They were just getting things ready. So I want to say they started in 2008. They're actually based out of Crystal Lake, if I'm not mistaken, correct? And they moved to this area back in 2008. Any other questions?
When you say this is a big employer, how big are we talking? I mean, how many people in the area do they employ?
As far as I know, there's 70 at this particular location. There's also a smaller location located on Rockton Road. I think they only employ maybe 30 people there. But still, it has a big impact on the community and also our tax base. So something to think about.